Hello, this is High Priestess Key 333 coming through to do another element read, family. Okay, so this reading is based off of this 111 portal that we're in today. All right, hopefully you guys are utilizing this energy, okay, because we are in the gibbous waxing, okay, as I have actually already done a reading on that. So go back on the channel if you haven't already. I posted it to all in the cards as well as over here on High Priestess Key for you to check it out, right? And also a mini forecast, right? And I also posted Mastering the Zodiac, which I used to post. Sorry, my glasses are getting a little foggy because it's warm in here. But I actually used to put their information under all of my videos because I've been following the True Sidereal for a very long time now, just getting into doing more of teaching, you know, with the spiritual astrology family. And I posted a video on my community tab of him explaining the True Sidereal. So I love that, you know what I mean? So I went ahead and posted that, family. That's out there. And I'm going to talk about it as well on Patreon because I do a High Priestess Key 333 at 333 over there on every other Sunday. So tomorrow is my Sunday to do High Priestess Key, and I will be talking about the True Sidereal versus the Tropical, okay? But let's get into the overall energy right now, family, and any messages that the Most High and the ancestors want to bring to us. I am going to use a few of my regular decks this time because I haven't, you know, and I've been feeling the need of using some of my old school decks that I had to pull back out, shine up, right? Give them a little love, right? So I'm going to use the Tree of Life today. I'm going to use my Moonology cards, right? Because of course we want to know what's going on in reference of the new full moon that's coming in Gemini. Some people are going to say in Cancer, that's the Western. But in the True Sidereal is coming in Gemini, which is my sun sign, okay? Well, in the True Sidereal, in the Western, I'm a Cancer. All right, but and I'm gonna use the spell casting deck, okay? And I brought my other deck that I love, which is the Vintage Oracle. I actually really Vintage Wisdom Oracle. I really love this deck. And if I use any tarot, which I'm just showing you the decks that I pulled out, I don't know which ones I'm gonna use, but if I use any tarot, I'm gonna use the Gilded Tarot, which is one of my favorite old decks that I used to have. It still has the old school love in it, okay? If you've been rocking with me for a long time, you already know I used to use this deck all the time, right? So let's get to some messages and see what the ancestors want to tell us in reference of the energy. This is for all elements. I was going to break it out, but I'm like, you know what? This is for everybody. When you see this is when you're supposed to receive it. And if it resonates, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, honey. All right? Because it won't resonate with everybody. And that's okay. You know, that's okay. Because sometimes collective reads are very specific, you know. Some people say it's hard to do collective readings, but because it's, you know, so many people within the collective. Let me take those off because I think this camera that I have here is making me warm. You know, it gives you a lot of light, right? Makes it light and bright. But I like to have my glasses on when I have the camera on because it's kind of far. That's why y'all can see the full-fledged video, right? But that's okay. Let's get to it, family. Let's see what our messages are. Let's do a prayer to the ancestors. Y'all know I had to pray to my ancestors now, okay, to keep us covered, all right? Because it's crazy in these streets. Spiritual streets, okay? Ancestors, we come to you humbly. We ask for a hedge of protection, a bubble of love around me, around the collective at this time, ancestors, to keep us protected while we go into the divination of the cards, ancestors. Enlighten us, give us the messages that you see for us to know, ancestors, right now with this 111 portal, ancestors, that, you know, can raise our vibrations and can tell us what we need to know through the divination of the cards, ancestors. And with that, we ask that you bring peace where there is chaos and bring love where there is hate, ancestors. Keep us protected in the name of the Most High and all of our ancestors, known and unknown. We give you all the gratitude. Ashe. Ashe, Ashe. All right, so that is our prayer. Short and sweet today. I've just finished eating a banana, so if you see banana on my mouth anywhere, just know what it is. All right, I love bananas. All right, give us some messages, ancestors, in reference of what's in the energy of the elements right now. Air, okay. When I said air, as soon as I said air, justice flipped over, honey. Okay, well, we are in the 9. Okay, but this is the 22nd rim, is what I call them, but path. Okay. And this is about the justice, okay? On the bottom, we have judgment. So we got justice and judgment coming out in reference of some overall energy right now. You know what I'm feeling with this, though, right? So definitely Maya energy, okay? But it is showing the scales, okay? So right now, a lot of us, as on the bottom of the deck, which is the 31st path, is going through judgment. You're going through trials. You're going through tribulations. You're going through some tests, okay, for a lot of the collective. And a lot is about to be karma. It's about to be what you reap is what you sown, okay? The ancestors is giving us that realm of the 22nd realm, which is also Uranus realm in the spiritual astrology. But on this is a path about the justice and adjustment. So you're going to either get justice right now because it is a 9 year, and a 9 year is all about justice, family. Or you're going to be given your karma, right? So there's going to be justice given to anyone in any situation. Right now is not a good time for you to be doing any things that does not serve your highest good. You will pay. Okay. You will have to make some adjustments. Okay. As the card states. Okay. But this is also a card of, it is Mayat on there, right? But this is a card of karmic adjustments, balance, and objectivity, okay? The 22nd realm, even when I look at the 22nd realm in reference of Uranus, right? And I'm going to talk on that a little bit first before I read out of the book what it says. But the 22nd realm in reference of it being Uranus, that is a realm of trickery, right? You being tricked out of your position. You being embarrassed by some things that you tricked out of your position with. You know, it's also a manipulation realm, so you have to be very careful, right? But the thing behind it is the justice. It's the karmic adjustment that's coming right after those situations, because what you put out is what you're going to get back right now. That's why a lot of people are going to reap what they've sown, right? So if you've done some things to those and it does not serve your highest good, and you're being malicious, demonic, or anything that does not serve in reference of the Most High and the ancestors, then you're going to reap it. This is a 9 year. Okay, and the ancestors is showing me that with that energy that's coming out of that portal is sacrifice. You either be sacrificed or either you're being sacrificed. All right. Or you're either giving up a sacrifice. Okay. So this is the 22nd realm. Okay. So this is running between Taporith and Gabora. Okay, this path is energy of Libra, because they always tell you guys in the Western that Libra is the scales. It's not. Libra is the judgment card. Okay, what this is about, right? Because Libra is about judgment. Okay, yes, it is about judgment, but it's about in this case, you know, it says justice, right? Same thing. That's why we have the judgment on the bottom of the deck. And if you see it, it was on the bottom of the deck. It's the number 31, right? So it's the fortitude. It's about you having the truths being resolved, truth being revealed, right? Justice coming through, renewal. But this card right here, with that Libra energy, family, Libras is about the last shall be first and the first shall be last. That's what it's about. Judgment. You see? It says here in the book, here the soul is introduced to the lords of karma. All right. They ask their questions, and the Egyptian goddess Maya asks, will anyone miss thee by thy passing? The connections we make in life are important. They are. Because right now, yeah, you should be trying to vibrate as high as you can. You should be trying to have a heart as light as a feather, because that is also going back to unity, you know, and unity consciousness for the collective as well. Coming together, being able to help help somebody else, you know, in the time of need right now, because there's a lot of hurt. Okay, there's a lot of pain. There's a lot of me instead of unity, you know. And that's where the collective has went wrong. And so justice will be served, you see. So this actually comes out about balancing your heart against a feather to determine your entry in the afterlife is said to be Mayat's role. This card reminds you that you are a soul in a human body on a karmic journey, experiencing the consequences of your actions, okay? And that goes back to what this universal law goes to, right? With Libra, the universal law is the law of racism, which they say the law of gender. But it's really racism because you're judged that way, okay? And you're also judged in reference to your gender, so you can put them both in the stack it together, however whichever way you want to put it. But I'm just telling you the universal law that's connected to this energy, and the ancestors is saying it, okay? That's why the overall energy is this today. Okay, and the guidance is you're creating situations that are giving you the chance to balance what is out of kilter in your life, and do it with an honest appraisal of your part in any situations, especially one that holds he or she and they vibration, which goes back to that gender and back to the racism and back to the judgmental aspect that I'm telling you about. You see, ancestors don't make no mistakes, okay? So to err is to human, and you're in a human form now. So you're going to err, which I guess they're meaning you're in a human body going through a human experience, right? But you're a spiritual being, a multi-dimensional being, right? And a spiritual being at the top of it all. You see, just going through a human experience, right? So the skill is in you being able to master and know thyself here on this planet, so you won't have to reincarnate here again, right? You conclude this purpose in this lifetime, because if not, then you're going to be in that loop and keep coming back and back and back again, all right? So with this card, you may be seeing what until now has been difficult to notice. What needs to be removed could be very clear. The actions and the words of friends may feel manipulative. Didn't I say that with the Uranus energy? Yeah. The Justice card points towards the consequences of your actions, regardless of who or what is piling stones onto the opposite side of the scales. Ultimately, you are responsible. Main message over it all. I don't care how many fingers you point, how many people you point out, how many people you don't like, what you can cast against somebody, what you can throw at somebody, how you want to take them down. It's coming back to you. And that's true. And I hope you are not new to that. It's your responsibility for you. That's why I always tell people when I'm in my shadow work, I've done shadow work classes. I have a shadow work class that I have sold on my website for over 2 years. I have a shadow work deck. And I always tell people, I do the shadow work sessions, been doing them over 4 years. But the shadow work comes down to you, because it's your shadow. You must embrace both sides. And it's okay. Okay? But it's your responsibility for who? You. So this card is about a feather-like touch may be all you need to move something your way. Consider your options and adjust accordingly. That's why it says adjustments. Karma is a huge subject, okay? This card is definitely a karmic card, okay? Some have very strong views on it and others not. But you could argue the toss or not. You take your stand and someone else will take theirs. Karma. Past, future, or in between life session may help now, or good karmic astrologers, up to you. All right, so, or just you don't have to be astrologer, but it's just saying it's up to you, right? So I feel that very strong, especially with what we have happening in the world today. Right now, it's all about how you deal with things karmically. Okay, you have to look at people. I don't know why people don't look at things karmically, because what you do is going to come back around. Okay, some shape, form, or fashion. I don't care which way, how you spin it, flip it, rub it down. Oh no, okay, it's definitely judgment. Okay, it's definitely judgment. All right. That's why you have to vibrate high. That's why you have to understand that You know, unless somebody coming up against you. Now I get it. You know what I'm saying? It's an eye for an eye for that, you know, but you have to make sure that the penalty is what it is worth, family, right? So that goes back to the karma, okay, spiritually, right? Our overall message for the collective, based off of the path 22 and the justice that we have that came out, ancestors, for the collective. What is it that we need to know in reference of the message for justice for the collective, please? What is the message for justice for the overall energy for the collective? Closure. Wow, closure. Walking on your own path, like I said, with them by themselves, closure. Closure is needed in reference of moving into getting your answers. These was the two cards that came out. One was answers and one was closure. Ancestors said you have to move into your own journey right now. And some of you solo, right? It's about you doing this and getting the answers that you need. Some of you, this is your ancestors waiting on you to tap in to come and get that closure or get the answers in reference of a closure. Some of you are going through some endings, some things that are ending. Some closure is needed, right? But with closure comes the new beginning after that, you know? And it's red. It's like, it looks autumn-y, right? Where it's like, fall, right? Winter solstice, right? Times that the trees and everything's turn, but it's time that you walk on your own path as well, you see? And the light shines down, and it's also a door there that is closed, okay, that she's walking away from. And it's like, it's time for you to close the door on some things and walk away. It's time for you to walk from that darkness into the light. There's the light shining very bright, even on her path, right? And so it is. I feel like that the ancestors is waiting in reference of giving you this closure. Some of you, that is in reference of you getting justice, okay? This ending and this closure comes with that justice. Some of you are about to receive justice and closure into some type of situation in your life, whether that is something that's happening about, you know, some type of legal situation. It could even, because, you know, we have the justice here. It could be some type of financial situation, or it could be love, right? But I do feel like the door is closed on it. I feel like there's a new you, a new start for some of you. And some of you, this is a part of your growth, okay? The ancestors is showing that it's now time for you to horn in and for you to be accountable. That's why the ancestors said you are responsible. It's now time for you to be accountable for the things that's happening in your life. Clarity on the justice and adjustment for the collective here with the 27th path. Yeah, look at that. And the 9 of Cups is here. The ancestors said, and when you do make adjustments and move into this justice that you're getting, honey, that is the number 9. 9 is what the justice is all about. I keep telling you guys, right? So the 9 is for you to be divine, right? To get through and to your wish is granted, the ancestors is saying. The wish is granted. Okay, all you got to do is step forward and know that it's true, and make sure you're doing what it is in reference of walking away from the things that no longer serve you. See, when you walk away from the things that you had once had undecided, you didn't know which way to go. You know, now it's time for you to move into this light. See, on all the cards, even in reference of the closure, it's a light, right? The 2 of Wands has a light, right? Shining down on the path on which way to go. And even on this closure, but on the closure, you know which way to go. You close the door to whatever didn't serve you, and you're moving into the things that you wanted. Because now, ancestors said, your wish is granted. I love it. Closure card, ancestors, closure. Closure. Closure for the collective. Closure for the collective. Thank you. Look at that. Hangman. Ancestors said because, and then I say that the hangman for me is my sacrifice card, but it definitely is about you sacrificing a lot in reference of this closure. You see what came out on that closure is the hangman. Some of you, because you've been hanging upside down with your life in your hands, okay? And when I say it like that, what does that mean? You've been gambling on yourself. That's why all your money falling out your pockets here. It's time to close the door on those habits that no longer serve you. Overspending, you know, putting money out for no reason, right? waiting on that one thing that you felt that was going to come through. Now it's time for you to close the door, collective. It's time for you to move forward. And on the bottom of the deck is the Temperance card. This could be for, some of my Sagittarius energy here. I have water here. But this is definitely something that, with this Temperance, this is about having patience. Maybe you've had patience, and that's why the ancestors said justice is coming in now for you for what you've had patience, and you're trying to balance things out. I have a lot here in reference of balancing. Of course, that goes back to the Justice card, but it also goes back to the Temperance card. Some of you, like I said, justice in reference of some type of legal situation is coming to an end. Justice in reference of a love situation that's coming to an end. Justice in reference of you getting justice in reference of maybe even a court case. I don't know. It's all based off of what you resonate with. But what I do know is that the ancestors said whatever you had hanging over your head is coming to an end. All right. And I feel like the chains are broken. Okay. For some of you, you needed to know that. Some of you, the chains are broken. The ancestors is saying, even some of you being able to get out of your head in reference and your emotions in reference of some things that have been bothering you, maybe about what you felt like you couldn't walk away from, but the ancestors is showing it's true. Some things may have been also revealed to some of you. You feel as if you're moving, with this closure, you're moving into renewal, right? Renewal of you, renewal of self. You've taken responsibility now. You're making the adjustments and you're moving into the Nine of Cups. You see? And this is wonderful because this is balance. This is you taking responsibility for your life and now saying, I don't have time to deal with this situation any longer. I'm going to make the sacrifice, and the sacrifice is going to be me and what I want. You see? So this is what's coming through in reference of the message. I love the message, especially with the ancestors saying, why is the Judgment on the bottom? Yeah, the Eight of Wands. Some of you, and the Ten of Swords. Some of you went through a lot of pain and suffering, a lot of things ending, and it didn't feel very good, but things are going ready to come in swift and quick for you. So be ready. Right now it's time for you to be ready. Now it's time for you to get up, right? After going through all these different things that happen in your life, but down to the betrayal, down to the, losing a job, losing a relationship, ending some things with your families or whatever, friends or whatever it was. And now the ancestors is showing with that closure that you have now, you're moving out of that. You've let it go. You're no longer waiting on the situation, and things are getting ready to start flying for you like crazy. Okay. It's going to start move very fast. All right. So let's pull an outcome message in reference of this message that is here. This is good. This is all good. This is like the challenges, the suffering, the chains that had you hanging on to something that you felt was deplenishing you is all coming to an end, hon. It's all ending. And now you're on a new path. You're a new you. With this new year, this is all about the 9. And that's why ancestors said 9 in due time is going to give you your wish fulfillment. But it's all about what have you put out is what you're going to get back. And don't allow anyone to trick you out of or manipulate you out of your abundance, right? Let that go. Walk away from it. It's time for closure. All right. Outcome message for the collective based off of this message that is here, ancestors. I love this. I love this. I feel like the collective is definitely going to see a lot of things happening in reference of some things that are going to be ending and new beginnings, right? Closures come with new beginnings. I feel like that 9 of Cups is here to give us that. Outcome Moonology message for the collective here on this 111 portal. I feel like that portal is open to foreclosures, okay, for you to be able to walk through those wands. Don't look like the ones, right? They look like the ones. So it's like she's walking through that portal, and she's walking out of it rather, because the door is behind her and she's walking into her new life, right? But this is the portal. We're looking at her coming from this way. You see, that's the closure. And sometimes closures aren't a bad thing, right? Sometimes closure, family, is needed. Yeah, this is go for it. Look at what the ancestors said. Ancestors said, go for it. Okay? Go for it. Go for what? Go for what you know, which is the ending of something that has to happen with this portal. Okay? It's time. All right? It's time to walk into what you deserve, your wish fulfillment. Ancestors said, go for it. Some of you need a confirmation in reference of whatever new job or new situation that you want to try to take and have. And you wanted to know if this is a good time for you to switch jobs, move to what it is. Ancestors said, reach for the moon, reach for the stars. You see? It's time for you to move forward. This is about don't giving up. Okay? Aim even higher. Success is within your grasp. Challenges can be character building. Belief makes the seemingly impossible possible. If you're hoping that this card will confirm that you get what you want, you're in luck. Okay? So this card comes with the message, go for it. Ancestors is saying, it's all there for you to win. If you've been doubting yourself or questioning your ability to achieve a goal or to make something work, this card reminds you that you're magical and amazing and you should rise to the challenge. Go forward with the positive expectations that everything can work out exactly as you'd like it to. The road ahead might stretch you a little and you may have to call on resources that you didn't know you had. So try not to become upset or even resentful if things don't just unfold exactly the way you want. There's a reason why it's all developing the way it is. And part of that reason could well be because it's helping you to grow as a person, possibly on a spiritual level. But one thing is certain, do definitely go for it. All right. So the sky's the limit, family, in reference of you getting everything that you want in this lifetime and for you to be able to serve your purpose, especially with these portals that are opening and you being able to raise your vibration, remembering the planetary alignment, looking at things for what it truly is, family, and move forward. All right. Much love to you. This is Key with High Priestess Key. All right. And I will see you guys soon. Peace. Much love, family.